It is Thursday, the 15th day of April, 2021. I found out the other day that my wife pays $120 per year for a subscription to People magazine. That in and of itself is, sort of vomit inducing, but whatever. She enjoys it, so whatever. But not only is it just a subscription, but it's a digital subscription and the printed version that is mailed to the house on a weekly basis. Now, it's been on my mind for the past couple of days, and I can't seem to get past it. She's basically paying to kill trees and then give the post office something to do, because she never reads the actual printed version. Just kind of shows up. Pre-COVID, they were piled up and then brought to her mother, who would then take, I think she used to take the crossword puzzle out of the back. That's right. Printed People magazine has a crossword puzzle in it. And then she would take them and bring them to her place of employment to be given away to randos in the free book section in front of the establishment. I don't think that she understood my my shock at this. I mean, she can do whatever she wants with her money. It's her money. That's not even the point. The point is that, everything that's in a People magazine, one, is old news. It's old. And all that same stuff can probably be found in any number of numerous places on the internet. But my wife has chosen instead to kill trees and pay for the service to kill trees and mail something. That's great. Just great. No more of that and more, I guess, on episode 71, the Taylor Hall episode. Oh, how fortunate that the kid picked that number this week when being traded to the Bruins. Mr. Hall, thank you. You have provided content for the program, and you don't even know or care, but still. Worked out great. Funny. The Bruins bailed on Tyler Sagan a number of years ago for allegedly nailing the GM's daughter, and then bringing in Hall for what, amounts to a borderline talent and a bag of pucks. So, look, kid's a former MVP. He's played on some truly putrid teams in the past. He's only been to the playoffs twice in his entire career. Twice. I thought it was a little bit more, but no. And then the first one was his MVP year in New Jersey, 2017, 2018. It's the first time he ever went to the playoffs. And so they lost, played one series and lost in 5 games. He was their leading scorer. He was their leading scorer that year by a dozen country miles. He had 93 points. The next closest player was his centerman, who had 52, which is just gross. Just kind of goes to tell you the kind of talent that was on the team, which was, nil. And then the goalkeepers that they had weren't very good. They had one kid who I don't even know if he's in the league anymore, but he's basically a backup at this point. So, they didn't really have much. And then I think he got there again with Arizona. I think it was last year, but I mean, last year didn't count. So I'm very curious to see how he does when he's not the number one guy, when he's playing for an actual decent team. He has the talent. He wants to be here, which is huge. He can certainly help on the second line. All of a sudden, David Krejci has a left winger that he can actually, pass to. So I'm very curious to see how that plays out, because now the line is good. Krejci, Hall, and Smith. There's no excuses. You right now should have two legitimate lines. And your third line ain't crap, and your fourth line's just, a grinder line. If they can play defense, if they can get healthy in the back, there's no reason that they can't perform well in the playoffs. None. Sports. This is Complaints and Observations.
The greatest podcast hosted by someone who knows so precious little about almost everything. A journey into the mediocre mind of an exceptionally average person. This is Complaints and Observations with Dave LaPointe. Who the hell is Dave LaPointe?
Thank you, Ken, as always, for the intro. Appreciate it. Also, thank you to the Quiet Violent for the absolutely dynamite open. I never get sick of it. So thank you, boys. Appreciate it. I am actually going to get in touch with Ken. Well, I shouldn't say that. I'm going to actually pay Ken to do another open, as we are getting very close to the 1-year anniversary of the show. I want to say it was the second week of May last year. So very curious to see how that turns out. Excuse me. It's the vino. Pardon me. I suddenly don't feel very good, so bear with me. I had some who me for dinner. If you know, you know. But if you don't, you should. Who me. Whew. Fire. This was going to be more of an observational episode, as the previous 70 plus were me just whining. So I didn't really keep quality notes this week. I had a good run with notes, but I didn't. So more on that later. But I'd be remiss if I didn't start the show by talking about the retirement of Julian Edelman. I'm disappointed because I liked him. Good player. Every time he stepped out of the field, you knew what you were getting from him, which was, every ounce of energy that he had. And as he said in his video, which I'm sure you've seen by now, he said, I'm going to play till the wheels fall off. And one of his wheels is basically fallen off. So, the team gave him ample opportunities to rehab and try to improve, but can't really, play football on one leg. His knee is garbage. So no good. A lot of talk, which is kind of humorous, is if he's a Hall of Famer. I don't think so. Hands down, first ballot, red jacket, Patriots Hall of Famer. No doubt. No doubt at all. I'm in the he was better than Wes Welker camp. The numbers won't say it, but, my argument is Welker dropped a ball in the Super Bowl. Edelman didn't. End of discussion. It's really, Welker never won a ring in his career. Edelman has 3. So, to me, that's where he's starting in the conversation. The guy was clutch as hell. Showed up in the playoffs. There's only one player in NFL history who has more receptions in the playoffs than Julian Edelman, and that's Jerry fucking Rice. So, does he belong in the Hall of Fame? No. I mean, the only reason that's been brought up is because he played for the Patriots and probably because he's white. But he doesn't belong in the Hall of Fame. Patriots Hall of Fame, all day, every day. Let's have it. Hope he sticks around. He's a bit of a goofball. Tries very hard. But I hope he sticks around. I hope he stays local. Hope he's, involved in the local scene, if you will. Because I like the guy. Seems like a decent guy. So, good on you, Jules. Creator of the best fucking t-shirt in the history of t-shirts. Straight black, happily miserable. It's perfect. I love that t-shirt so much. I'm glad I own it. It's fantastic. All right. So as I said, a much more observational episode than in the past. And the first observation that I wanted to bring up, is there any more helpless feeling than when something happens in the house? Now, it could be any number of different things. Like if you have kids, I would imagine that, if your kids start yelling and crying, the doorbell rings, the smoke alarm goes off, your phone rings if it's not with you. Is there any more helpless feeling than when any of that stuff happens and you're taking a shit? I say no. Because what can you do? I mean, you can try to speed up the process, I guess, right? But you grab the bowl and push down and hope you can get that fucking shit taken care of quickly so that you can get up and go see whatever it is that's going on. I thought of this because the other day, it was last weekend, I got up to go play golf, which we'll also get to. Sports. I was up early, 6:30, Saturday morning. I'm in the bathroom doing my business when all of a sudden the fucking smoke alarm goes off. My wife is in bed sleeping. I mean, not for very long now because, the smoke alarm's going off. But what do you do? I was helpless. I couldn't do anything. I was like mid business. And you're stuck. You can't do anything. You have to kind of let the process progress. And hope it doesn't take too long to get to what it is that you need to do. I would imagine that it's 10 times worse if you have kids and they're fighting and they're beating the shit out of each other and screaming. And like the other parent isn't home. So, you're thinking, all right, fine, I'm going to go take care of this. Although I would imagine if you're a parent, you probably have to schedule your shits around whether or not your kids are there or if your significant other is there. Because I would guess that's the only way you can handle it. Because kids are terrible. But I got a kick out of that. I mean, when I thought of it, I'm pretty sure I thought of this while I was still sitting there. And while the smoke alarm was still going off. And of course, by the time I got done, like the fucking smoke alarm stopped and haven't heard anything since. But whatever. It's an old house and it sucks. That's not true, David. Don't say that. It doesn't suck. It's a great house. The broadcast palace, speaking of the house, we're moving right along. We're progressing. The painting has begun. I think I've chosen a paint color. I started painting the ceiling. I hate fucking painting. I hate it so much, but I'm willing to do it so that I can have a space that isn't in the basement underneath the fucking bathroom. So there, we're painting. My hope is that the problem is like the doors are the problem. Like I've got these old shed doors that need to be repaired and replaced. That's going to be the real bugaboo. That's what's going to take long. So if you have any experience fixing shed doors, 617-65-RIP-'em. Let me know. Or send me an email. Or a tweet or a note on one of the various social mediums. Played golf, as I said, on Saturday, right? Had to take a leak. So far, the entire show is about, bodily functions. I apologize, but so when you're on the golf course, obviously you just, find a tree, saddle up. Well, you're not saddling up, but you post up at the tree, you take a leak. And it made me think, how much urine do you think is left at a golf course by volume? That's a lot. And when I say left at the golf course, I mean on a daily basis, not in a restroom, just by trees and foliage. The good thing is that I play on, less than great golf courses, good golf courses, but less than great. Playing a TPC course in May in Myrtle Beach, and I'm very curious to see what the urination situation is going to be like out there. It's a nice course. That's a professional level course. Am I going to be able to take a leak, at the fifth hole when nature calls? I don't know. Very curious. But it just makes there's got to be hundreds of gallons, I would imagine, is the total. Kind of a disgusting thought, but that's this program. Disgusting, right? But it has to be a gigantic number. It has to be, and you would think that it would kill, I don't know, that it would kill the foliage. But then again, on a golf course, everyone is just lubed up, hydrated. So they're just pissing water. I'm thinking way too into this. Way too into this. Got a text today from my old pal Zesty Kleeman asking to play poker and pool on Saturday night at 9 p.m. He wants to start at 9 p.m. What does he think I am? Fucking 25? Good Lord, dude. That's fucking bananas. 9 p.m. Yikes. I'm sorry, I'm returning my mother's text. But listen, had a fucking fantastic round of golf. Fantastic. Shot a 43 on the front nine. I mean, fucking pulled that shit right out of my ass. A 43. Never shot that low on the front nine. It was fucking great. And then I proceeded to fucking screw the pooch on the back and then left my scorecard on the cart. But I'm pretty sure I shot a 93 based on, how I finished the back nine, because the first 5 holes on the front were a 30. 5 straight sixes. No good. But 93, I'm confident that it was a 93, which would be my best score ever. So I can see the improvement in my game, which is great, if everything sort of goes, correct, goes the way that it should. my brother and I played. We got stuck with a pair of guys, nice enough fellas, but 8:20 tea time. One guy's drinking Mick Ultras, the other dude's drinking like these fucking Panama Jack mixed margaritas. And then we get to the turn, and they order a dozen Bud Lights. It's like the girl at the snack shack was like, "Wait, 12? Did you say that right?" Yeah, 12. So they were fucked up by the end of the day. And then when we were leaving, one of them's like, "Oh, hey, do you want to go to B-Dubs?" Like, oh boy, Buffalo Wild Wings. That's exciting. But the thing that they kept saying, both of them, was like, "Oh, it's nice to get away from my wife." Like if you care that much about, quote, getting away from your wife for X number of hours, you probably made a mistake when you chose to, I don't know, spend your life with this person. Just my thought. Like if you're plotting days to get away, whatever. I don't know. It's one thing to enjoy like playing golf, enjoy spending time with your friends, enjoy, I don't know, being outside. But like the first thing you say should not be, "Oh, I just got to get away from the wife." Should not be. That should not be it. If you want to put that in the list of things that you enjoy about golf, fine. That's okay. But that should not be at the top. If it is, you have bigger problems than your fucking swing, okay? There's a lot going on at home. If your first thought is to tell these people whom you've never met in your life that you're super excited to be away from the mother of your child, like, what the fuck, dude? So they were quite the pair. That's the downside of going in a twosome, is you typically get stuck with a couple of randos, and the hope is that they're on your level skill wise, because then if you're duffing drives, then it's fine, because then they'll do the same thing. If they're chunking iron shots, then it won't matter because it's the same thing, whatever. So the hope is that that there's a similar skill level. So, but personality wise, well, that's a flip of the fucking coin, and that's what we got here. So it was interesting. So way back when, I want to say it might have been like episode 14. One of the things that I talked to, I think one of my gripes was mustard juice. And I saw an old friend, my dear friend Emily. I saw her over the weekend. And, she's like, "The last episode I heard, you were talking about mustard juice." I'm like, "Wow, okay. Well, thanks for, not listening for the last 5 months, but whatever." And she's like, "Why just mustard juice? What's wrong with all, every juice from a condiment's gross?" It made me think she's not wrong. I mean, ketchup juice, I think I said, is a more of a vinegary type of thing. Not good, not ideal, but mustard juice is I always found mustard juice to be the worst. If you don't shake the shit out of that mustard bottle, you're getting mustard juice on your sandwich. That's the problem. Like if you're making, if you, let's say you have French fries and you just need ketchup on the plate to dip your French fries. If you get some ketchup juice in there, no big deal, right? Relish juice. It's just pickle brine. That's all. I could see mayonnaise juice being gross. It's just unsightly, just like thin white juice. No good. So all of the condiment juices are gross. However, the king of the gross condiment juice is the mustard juice. That is an undebatable fact. I will fight to the ends of the earth to, I'll plant my flag in that hill. Boy, this show fucking sucks, right? Bernie Madoff died. I don't really have anything else to say about that. The Red Sox have won 8 games in a row. Or 9 games in a row now. I don't know. I don't really pay much attention. It's really making the Hammer the Under campaign blow up in my face. But early days. Early days. And I don't care what anybody says. That pitching staff is fragile. So my under bet is still good. But yeah, this show sucks today. I sound like shit for some reason. I don't know. No juice. As I just get done talking about juice. I don't know. I did want to talk about vaccine passports, which are a topic du jour. And, because you have a lot of folks on one particular side of the aisle who, are saying, well, no, especially Texas. I'm pretty sure the governor said that, it would be against the law to mandate vaccination for using a business or for a business to say that you can't say, for example, come into my store unless you've had a vaccine. All right, well, fine. That's a little extreme. I can kind of see that. But I mean, this idea of a vaccine passport is not new at all. At all. Fucking things have been around since the 40s. In fact, if you go to certain countries now, or certain places on the globe, if you want to go, you need shots. Hello, you need shots. And guess what they do? They put it in your fucking passport. Why is this a big fucking deal? Because the right just loves to fucking make a big deal out of everything. Every single thing that they interpret as an infringement on your rights. Anything that they can do to fucking stir up the populace and make you scared. That's the goal. There's no discussion about, okay, well, how do we do this better? Nope. And look, that's not to say that the left is doing it either, because they're not. Most of the time, they're buying the fear and cowering in fear. They're a bunch of fucking lily-livered pussies. Wow, I just used lily-livered. Not good. But I just find the whole thing so fucking stupid. It's a dumb premise. It's a dumb thing to complain about. We're in the middle of a global fucking pandemic. Okay? Hundreds of thousands of people have died. You don't want that to get out of control. And I'm sorry, no matter how you would like to imagine that, that we've somehow flipped a switch and turned the page and everything's back to normal, it's not. Like, we're actually doing a pretty decent job of inoculating our population right now. That the same cannot be said about the rest of the planet. All right? So settle the fuck down. If we need, a vaccination passport, or if we need a piece of paper that says, hey, this person's been vaccinated, they can cross state lines or they can cross the border or whatever. So be it. Relax. It's not going to fucking kill anybody. It's only going to kill somebody if they don't get fucking vaccinated. Make sure you get your shot. Don't be an asshole. Fuck. If you want to go on a safari to Africa, you need to have shots against yellow fucking fever. Yellow fever. Which has been around for, I don't know, literally thousands of years in a variety of different forms. Dumb. Frustrating and dumb. Another thing that I wanted to talk about, it was a conversation that came up over the weekend, okay? And so we went out to dinner to celebrate my birth. So some friends, we went to dinner. After dinner, or it might have been during dinner, I don't know. But conversation came up. My buddy Matt's talking about a kid that he worked with, 19, 20-year-old kid who said he was going celibate was the word that Matt used. I don't know if it was the same word that this kid used, but it, probably was. He's 19 or 20, so he's probably a fucking dunce. But this kid said that he was going to be celibate. So Matt, hearing this, is like, all right, well, what's he going to be? Is he going to be a priest? What the fuck's going on? No. Turns out this kid was choosing celibacy basically because he fucks too much. What? Yeah. Apparently, this dude was on Tinder or whatever. I say whatever because I'm too old for this shit. And he was fucking too much. So, instead of just, fucking less, he's choosing celibacy, which, is bullshit because he's a guy. So, if you're getting it fucking thrown at you left and right, you're not choosing shit. And so my thinking is like, what the fuck? These kids don't have to do shit anymore, literally. Because when I think about my youth, right, let's say 18 to 25, the shit that I had to go through, one, to actually meet girls, that's one. Two, actually get laid. Three, and then this another one, secure drugs. If I wanted to fucking buy weed, you know how many fucking hoops I had to jump through? I had to call 3-4 different people and then drive to go and pick it up. Clandestinely. Is that even a word? Clandestinely? Yeah. Hoops. It was just hoop after hoop after hoop, no matter what you wanted to do. Beers. Whatever. I would imagine, I think beers are probably still very similar today or close. I don't know. You go to the liquor store, you look for the homeless guy, you give him $20 and he buys you something. You go to your older sibling, you go to your friend who's 1 or 2 years old, you go to somebody that you work with. I bet you that's still similar. But like weed, it's fucking everywhere. Everybody has weed. Doesn't matter. Fucking Coke. When I was that age, Coke was not it was a thing, but it wasn't a thing. Now, holy fuck. Coke, pills, everywhere. Everywhere. But the thing about this kid who says he's choosing celibacy, if this young man was magically transported back to fucking 2003, he's fucked. And not the way that he's getting fucked now. Because he would have to actually work for it. He'd have to talk to people. He would have to physically engage with another human being. Not through a fucking app. Tinder. Fucking A, man. Is there a Tinder for old people? Like, what happens when there's a single guy in his 40s? Or single guy, let's say there's a widow. Well, I've seen those, people that are widowed. can't remember the name of it, but I've seen that. Oh, that's right. Our Time. And it's always like the short-haired woman, right? She's got white short hair. And then the dude is just like the salt and pepper with the like the little goatee. It's the same. And the dude's fucking shredded and he's probably like 55. Our Time. For old people that want to fuck. Our Time. Oh, but these kids have no fucking idea. This jerk off is going to say he's choosing celibacy because he fucks too much. What? What? Come on, man. Like, reel it the fuck in. Don't get so dramatic. Tinder. Like, anybody can find anything on that stupid thing. Matt had a good line, so kudos to Matt for this one. Quote, "There's a dirty shoe for every foot, Dave." End quote. It's like, perfect line. That should be Tinder's tagline. There's a dirty shoe for every foot. Oh, I'm going to be celibate because I'm 20 years old in the, not even the prime of my life yet, and getting it thrown at me regularly because of this stupid fucking app. God. Like I was probably, I've probably mentioned this on the show before. That was a lot of stuttering. I apologize. But I've probably talked about that in some form previously. But this thing has really pushed me to fucking old age. I'm only 43 years old. I'm not old. I have a long fucking way to go. I am far from old. And to think that these kids there's no effort, none, no fucking effort needed for that. God, it's aggravating. Oh man, that's funny. It's not even so much that, that they're it's the ease of it. It's not the act, it's the ease. That's the part that's aggravating, is that it's so fucking easy. There's no work. Kids are fucking lazy. Man, oh man. Boy. I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about that either. Fucking A. I got stuff that, it's on the list. I just can't. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to talk about Ted Cruz for like the fourth fucking episode in a row. Fuck that guy. Let's talk about Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers hosting Jeopardy. Good for him. He's doing a heck of a job. He should be very pleased with the effort that he's put in. Should be very pleased with the result. There was a guy on there the last few nights, Dennis, originally from Chatham, on the Cape. The way that he held his buzzer was driving me crazy. And it's funny, I've made a habit of like tweeting about the winner. Not every night, but a lot. And the amount of responses that I get to it have been very interesting, because I'll tweet something about, something good about the person that wins. And I'll get a handful of people liking said tweet. And then maybe there'll be a reply. And you figure out that the people that are liking and replying they obviously know this person. So my thing was like, weird buzzer holder Dennis. He's fucking rolling. Good for him. Looks like he's having the time of his life. Somebody replied, well, He just had shoulder surgery and it was the most comfortable way to do it. I'm like, what? What? Weird haircut, Dennis? Well, he's bald, so I wouldn't call it a weird haircut. But he's bald. Bad dresser, Dennis. Like ringing the buzzer quickly with his fucking index finger. But Aaron Rodgers isn't bad. He's, you know what? Dream come true, maybe. I don't know. I would assume. Doing a heck of a job. Good for him. He should not be the full-time host. If he wants to do it when he retires, all right, well, he's got 5-6 years left or whatever. Don't do it now. There's no need. He's too soft-spoken to be a game show host. And don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Jeopardy is a game show. You got to be smart as fuck to be on it, but it's still a game show. Game show nonetheless. So I haven't hated Aaron Rodgers. Dr. Oz was meh, but he was a TV guy, so he played the part. Katie Couric, meh, but TV gal, she played the part. Honestly, I thought Ken Jennings was good. I thought Mike Richards, the second guy, I thought he was really good. And it wouldn't shock me if he ends up being the host. But I'm curious to see who else they have. I know LeVar Burton is going to get a shot, and I can see that guy. I can see him doing the job. TV guy. Reading Rainbow. I wish I could remember his character name in Star Trek. But Star Trek, meh. But that guy. I can see that. I can see that happening. So yeah, Aaron Rodgers, good stuff. Nicely done, Aaron. Ron. You should force your way out of Green Bay and go somewhere that isn't Green Bay. Even though, as I've said on the show multiple times, Green Bay is the best place to watch a football game ever. Ever. And I'll stand by that. That place was fucking awesome. Love it. One of my favorite parts of the day is seeing Cam Newton's Instagram videos. Tell you two things I already know. So good. It just brings a smile to my face every single time. I'm fresh and I'm blessed. Love it. Can't get enough. All right. So, as it is Thursday, it is time for 3 gripes. And gripe number 1, The Fast and the Furious 9. That's right. I said 9. And the trailer happened to come out today. Movie trailer review. I'm too lazy to watch the feature. Movie trailer review. It's standard operating procedure. Movie trailer review. AP Dave puts in time. Movie trailer review. By our powers combined. Movie trailer review. Movie trailer reviews. Yeah. I just love that stupid fucking intro. God. This is not an actual movie trailer review segment. This is a legitimate movie trailer review for a movie that's not out yet. So it was a trailer for the movie. Anyway, I'm on Twitter this afternoon and it says John Cena is trending. John Cena is trending. So I'm like, oh. So this could be unintentionally funny. So I click on why is John Cena trending? Sure enough, John Cena is in the new Fast and the Furious movie F9. 9. They've made 9 of these fucking things. Really? Really? 9. Come on. And of course, now John Cena plays Vin Diesel's brother. Now, John Cena is as white as the driven snow. Vin Diesel is not. Michelle Rodriguez plays Vin Diesel's sister. She's Brazilian, I think. And apparently they're a family. So the mother or the father, one of them was getting around. Don't know who. Don't know what. Quite frankly, don't care. However, I had to watch this trailer. And oh my God. Like, there's nothing wrong with cheesy action movies, okay? But here's the problem. Cheesy action movies that are a franchise going on their 9th edition is just fucking stupid. But they're going to keep making them because people keep fucking watching them. Excuse me. It says a lot about the movie watching audience in general that they've made 9 of these fucking things. So the trailer is just fucking all out cheese. Fucking cars all over the place, planes, like you got your comic relief, Ludacris, and what the fuck's the other guy's name? Oh, it's gonna bother me. It's not Tyrese. Is it I don't know. I can't remember his name. But then apparently they're the comic relief. So because there's like 3 jokes featuring one of those 2 guys in the trailer. Bunch of people getting shot, bunch of people dying, a lot of guns. Just over the top nonsense. But, it's going to crush because people are like, oh, Vin Diesel. What the fuck's his character's name? Dom. Oh, Dom is back. Dom, please. Fucking amazing. Just amazing. I can't say much about it because as I've mentioned, I've never watched beyond a trailer for any of those fucking movies. But I know that I would get so bored with how dumb they are. I would just sit there and laugh the entire movie because it's just so stupid. I wouldn't find it enjoyable because they're not trying to make it funny. They're trying to make it, like fucking tough guy action movie. I mean, maybe they've figured out that, the formula needs to be tweaked to get to the fucking 9th installment. And all of a sudden you have people that have died are now back. They're alive now as if they didn't die. You have this brother who comes out of nowhere that no one's talked about in the previous 8 movies. You would think that would come up in conversation. Oh, I have a half brother. He's very white. Nope. He just shows up to take down the gang, I guess. I don't know. And there's magnets involved. Like driving down the street, somebody turns a knob and all of a sudden the fucking cars are like flying across the road from these gigantic industrial magnets. We need a weapon for this movie. What are we going to do? Let's make giant magnets. Yeah, that's it. Nothing screams action movies like magnets. Magnets, yeah. Magnets, yeah. That's ICP. They couldn't figure out how magnets worked. That should be a gripe, ICP. Just brilliant marketing. Gripe number 2. People that you work with that think they have the inside scoop on everything. This was another conversation that came up at dinner. I had written in my phone, Uncle Jim Scoops. And it's because somebody that Matt works with apparently has the scoop on a lot of shit. His name is Jim, Uncle Jim Scoops. I don't know why I wrote it down like that. And I had to ask them, I said, Any idea why I wrote Uncle Jim's Scoops? Does that ring a bell? And there you go. But everybody works with this person. I say guy because 90% of the time, 98% of the time, it's a guy who thinks they have the fucking inside scoop on everything. Like whatever's the hot thing, they have the inside scoop. So at my previous job, I worked with a couple of different people who were always saying, oh, you need to do this because it's going to pop, or you need to invest in this because it's going to be huge. Now, look, sometimes they're right by dumb luck or because they knew. But I'd say it's a 50-50 prop. Half the time, they don't know. They're just pulling shit out their ass. Half the time, they know. And it could be even less than 50-50. Maybe 60-40. I don't know. But everybody has worked with somebody who's like that, who has the scoop on something. And they need to tell you, even if you don't ask for it, they feel the need to share this information for some weird fucking reason. Or something comes up in conversation, and then they chime in with, oh, by the way. Like, no, man. No. It's not how it works. And those are the people that are always, they've got their hands in a bunch of different things and kiss ass constantly. They like it to be known that what they do is great and that they're very good. Oh, not even very good at their job, but just like to pretend they're very good at their job. Yeah, it's, there's a lot there. I've had a little too much wine, I think. I've been drinking red wine a lot. Not a lot, but more than usual. And it's good for your ticker. Your cardiovascular health. They don't know how. So that's another gripe. People who say they know this and they do that. Who the fuck is they? You don't know. Gripe number 3, which is not entirely a gripe, but it is kind of the Kowloon. It's a gripe because it's too far away. I live too far from the Kowloon, which, is kind of a good thing. Because if I lived closer to the Kowloon, I would probably eat the Kowloon more. If you have never been to the Kowloon, this is the time to go. You need to get in your car. You need to make the trip to the Kowloon. If you're listening to this and you do not reside in the greater Boston area, thank you for listening. Please tell your friends. But if that's the case, make a trip. Get on the plane, fly to Boston, get an Uber, and go to the Kowloon. It is a Chinese food experience that will change your life for the better because their food is spectacular. Spectacular Chinese food. I just felt like talking about it because I miss them. It's been too long. We had takeout once last year, sometime in the summer, shortly after they reopened. And got a Mai Tai to go, Mai Tai mix to go, is along with the food. And it's like, there's so much fucking food. I ended up having to throw some of it away because I couldn't fucking eat it all. Because I'm trying to watch my figure. So couldn't eat all the Kowloon. So not really a gripe. I just felt like talking about the Kowloon. I love it. The guy that owns the place, or the family, the Wong family, they seem like fucking super nice people. Andy Wong, super nice guy, huge wrestling fan. So props in my book, Andy Wong. Thank you. Love you. Mean it. And your food is fucking amazing. And I want some now. God damn it. So that's it for the show. This has sucked. This has not been a good show. Really I mean, look, between you, me, and the wall here, none of them are really that good. The last few have been okay. This one, not so good. Oh, I guess I'm just not feeling it tonight. For some reason, I sound like shit. I'm congested. Fucking allergies down here in the fucking dungeon. It'll be nice when the broadcast palace is finished, so we'll see. If you want to be on the show, please let me know. If you have my number, call. Let's talk. You have the show number, 617-65-RIP'em. No, I'm not giving you the actual number. Figure it out. It might take you a split second to figure out the numbers. 617-65-RIPEM. 65 ripe M. 617-65-RIP'em. Call me, please. Content. Leave a voicemail. If you're listening to this show, okay, you can't fucking tell me that there's nothing that you want to complain about or nothing that you've seen that you're like, wow, that's fucking weird. This is the only place that's going to do it. That's the thing that I don't get. The concept for the program is pretty good. It's pretty good. Marketing has been lax, admittedly. The concept is okay. It's a decent concept. I have an Instagram page at ComplaintsPod. Check it out. On the Instagram page is a link to the merch store, bonfire.com. Search complaints and observations. I have an awesome golf t-shirt up now. You should check that out. You should buy it. Again, I'm making very little on this. The few t-shirts that I sold, I made a penny. The coffee mugs that I sold, I made $2 a mug. Sold 3 mugs. One of them was mine, but I sold 3 mugs. So I've made $6.03 in this venture thus far. It's been pennies. Well, it's more than that. I sold a few shirts, but check that out. Bonfire.com, search complaints and observations. It would be appreciated if you could walk around wearing my show logo for some ungodly reason. I do have a Twitter page at ComplaintsPod. I do have a Facebook page, but fuck Facebook. I also have a YouTube page that I don't use. I should, but I don't. Maybe that's it. Maybe I need to do YouTube videos. Maybe that'll kickstart things, yeah? Oh, yeah, that'll do it. Oh, everyone would just love seeing the fat old guy talking on YouTube. What else? Some other stuff. Some other stuff. Yeah, David. Fucking moron. Yeah, I don't know. I've had too much wine. $617-65-RIP'em. Oh, this is a disaster. It's all right, here we go. We are doing a test run on the YouTube page with my shitty built-in laptop camera. There's definitely a delay. I don't even know if you can hear me with the mic. No clue. No fucking clue at all. You can see the dungeon here. But yeah, that's it. Check it out. YouTube.com. Complaints and observations. Listen, thanks so much for listening. Please tell your friends. Godspeed. Ta-ta.
I am without speech. I am speechless.